Okay, in this short video, I'm going to show you how to import your photos. We had done this already. We kind of started already last week, so this should be no big deal for most of you. First thing you're going to see is that, well, I don't have any photos here, right? The other thing I want you to recognize is on the right hand side up at the top, these are your modules. Okay, right now there is no button that says import anywhere. That's because I'm in the develop module. Okay, so if I click over here to library, suddenly I have import and I have export. So if you want quick, easy, to find buttons, that's how you would do that. You would begin in that module. If you wanted to remain in that develop module, you could simply go up to here where it says file and you can find everything you need. Okay, there's importing features, there's exporting features. Okay, so there are multiple ways to import. You can also drag and drop photos directly into Lightroom to import them. Okay, so if I click here on this import button, right, what's going to happen is I'm going to end up with this source kind of drop down menu on the left hand side. Now this is meant to basically mirror the way you have it set up on your computer. So if all your photos are in a folder on your computer, which should be how it is, you should be able to find them pretty easily. So I'm going to start with my desktop and then kind of just come down and find what I'm looking for here. Okay, so let's just say I'm going to, let's just start with this. Doesn't look like let's see, images only. There they are. Okay, so right now I have, here are my files. Now I can make a decision here and I can decide to, I would start here. I would always uncheck them all and then go through and individually choose the ones that I want to import. Okay, and if you feel that every single photo you take, which is a rarity, is absolutely perfect, then yes, you can come in here and go ahead and check all. Okay, now down here, this button right here is called Loupe View, and what it will do is allow you to look at a larger version of the photos that you're trying to import, and you can use your arrow keys to basically toggle between them. Okay, and then when you want to exit that, you can simply just press that again and it will exit you back to this film strip version. Okay, so right now I have all of these. You could also, to do that, you could also double click. Okay, so pretty straightforward. Lightroom is very user friendly. But once I have how I want and they're all checked just like that, I can go ahead down here at the bottom right and click on import and they will all show up for me. And now these would basically be ready for me to edit, okay, which I'll cover in another video. But just something to be said, if you choose to import more photos later, what you're going to see is that you'll have this film strip down here, but it's only showing what I've currently imported. You can change that. There's a little button right here, and you can see, all photos or just the most recent imported images. That way you can kind of separate what you want. So if you would rather see all the photos that you've ever imported, you can click on that and more will show up. And again, I only have these few, okay? You can also see that depending on where my mouse is falling in this film strip, it's changing what this navigator looks like up here. So it's telling me exactly if I choose that, it's going to change here, okay? It's also going to change some things over in this area where this is my histogram, which we will cover again in a later video. But it has some just basic, like if I were to go into metadata, this down here shows me some of the camera information that might be interesting to you. What the what my shutter speed was set to and what my f-stop was set to and how much was I zoomed in, what was my ISO set to, what camera was I using, and so on. Okay, so all of this is there and available to you if you chose to want to know that. Okay, you could also come in here and you could basically give each of your photos specific keywords that might help find them, at a later date. Again, all of this we will be going over in future videos. I wanted to try to keep these very, very short so that way they're easier for you to get through. So in this video, I wanted to cover just importing your photos, and I think we have done that. So hopefully you feel pretty confident in importing your images.